today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go. 51.
Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Herbert. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week. Trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Go set.
I got you.
Ready.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Second down, this is Wilson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Being chased out left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
22. Watch the out. Watch the out. Check 24.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Raheem Mostert with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives. ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Mostert is into the end zone. Touchdown Miami. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Flush to his right. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Gets past one man. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Now a dump off here complete, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
On 2nd and 12, Fields flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To throw is Fields. Buying time to his left. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2 and now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pettis now from his end zone. And Ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Fields. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fields now to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end Tunyon. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a 1st down throw. Fields. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To the air again, Fields. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Here's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So we've reached halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. 3rd quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Herbert to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. From just shy of midfield, Fields steps away to his left. Open man, completes it to Claypool. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Umpire. Through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Looking to throw on second down, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on third down. Here's Fields. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have the Bears first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Fields.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Completion here to Claypool. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal, too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give them good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up this last bit of real estate.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. So Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
33, yellow.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Charge.
A give. This is Wilson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Mike 51. I got him. Hey, Mike 51.
Ready. Go.
2nd down, Gaskin.
Go. Let's run. Let's run it.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Mike 51. Let's go.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
29 is Mike 29. Exit.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On play action, Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
29 is Mike 29.
Fields throwing again. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario.